Hi, I'm Ilya from Gamechanger Audio, and this is the Auto Delay. The Auto Delay is specifically designed to be able to react and respond to either your playing dynamics, or your note choice, or to both. So, in today's video, we're going to be exploring 10 fascinating ways of adding parameter automation to the auto delay's level control. And all we're gonna need is just one patch cable like this. So let's get started. For this first example, we're gonna be using the dynamics tracker set in the fast mode to only send the louder notes and louder strums into the delays algorithm. As you can see here, the input level parameter is turned all the way down, meaning that no signal is going into the delay. However, if we connect this to the dynamics tracker, you'll see that whenever we cross this adjustable threshold point, the value of the input level knob will temporarily jump and send signal into the delay, like this. Now, let's simply invert this logic. By putting the pedal into Alt mode, all of the connected parameters now assume the value of the smaller knob here. And as soon as I start playing loud enough to cross the dynamics threshold point, the value of the input level is going to temporarily return to the value of the larger knob. So in this case, the louder strums that cross the threshold point are not going to be sent into the delay, thus producing a nice swelling effect. Now, let's switch the dynamics tracker into the rise mode and set the dynamics threshold point slightly lower, thus allowing us to create these rising delay swells that follow our playing dynamics gradually. For example 4, I've got a really fast self-oscillating delay loop set up using the bucket brigade algorithm. And also, I'm going to set the level knob into the mix mode, which controls the mix between the dry and the wet signal. By setting the dynamics tracker into gate mode and setting the threshold level relatively high, I'll be able to do a loud strum that temporarily rapidly switches from the guitar signal to the oscillating trails. For example 5, let's now achieve that same sudden stuttering effect, but only this time using one of the pitch tracker's outputs. So simply switch the cable, and this one still goes here. The level control is still set to mix mode, but now we're going to be mixing all the way over to the wet signal, but only on one specific note. So I'm going to set the pitch tracker to note mode, and I'm going to calibrate the note to be a G sharp. So now, every time I play that specific note, we're going to instantly increase the level control all the way to the wet mix out. For example 6, we're still going to be using the pitch tracker in the note mode. However, this time I'm going to switch the level control back into the input mode, and we're going to slightly increase the main pitch control here to create kind of a zone around that calibrated G sharp note. So basically, I'm going to have the delay send starting to increase around that note. The sector is roughly 2 semitones below and roughly 3 to 4 semitones above that note. And now, if we want to move this region to a different place on the fretboard, all we have to do is hold the on switch and play a new note. Let's do the high D. And now our delay send region is roughly around here on the fretboard. For example 7, we're going to be using the note mode again, but this time let's calibrate to a low A, and let's turn the main pitch control all the way down. As you'll see here, that creates this kind of fully lit segment starting from the middle point, which essentially means that now, as soon as I play the A note or anything below that note, it's going to be used to open up the delay send level. And anything higher than that note is going to be left dry. For example 8, we're going to explore my favorite mode on the pitch tracker, which is the tone mode. So here, instead of tracking a precise musical note, the pitch tracker analyzes the overall brightness of the incoming signal. So that can be either your general position on the fretboard, your tone control, or even the pickup selector. For example number 9, we're going to set the pitch tracker into the volt per octave mode. This is an extremely precise pitch tracker mode that gives out a bipolar signal. That means positive and negative voltages. This can be used for precisely tracking a synthesizer, integrating the auto delay into a modular system, and so on. But we can also use it to send a bipolar positive and negative signal to the level control, which is now set into the mix mode. So my center node is going to be this D over here, and everything above it is going to produce a dry signal, and everything below that D is going to be fully wet. So for the final 10th example, I'm going to be using the external mode to combine the dynamics and the pitch tracker's outputs into one automation signal. The external mode is designed so that you can take an external modulator, such as an LFO, a different envelope, or even an audio rate signal, and apply either one of the tracker's outputs onto it. But since here we don't have any external modulators, I'm going to be automating the level knob with the dynamics envelope in gate mode, but the condition is only going to take place if it's a loud note that's above the target D. Thanks for watching this video, and let us know in the comments below which one was your favorite delay level automation technique. And also, let us know what should we do next. Should we do some more level automations, or should we move on to some of the other knobs, or maybe we should explore some more complex patches.